Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel guys. Today we are going to solve largest sum cycle, and this generally considered as hard problem, and this type of question asked in the companies like JUSPAY which provide a good package. Also you can solve this question by yourself. First you should give a try, but this is generally considered as hard. So I am going to solve this, and I will explain it to you. And let me tell you what I am going to do here. Like, we have to find the largest sum of a cycle in a directed graph defined by the edge array. So we can use DFS with tracking of visited nodes and recursion stack. Now we have to first detect the cycle, then return the largest sum. So for that we are going to make visited as initially false for all cells, and our path defined as false for all cells. The time we defined as -1 for all cells, and the maximum sum will be -1, and the timestamp will be 0 as initial, right? So for the wrapping in the list to keep mutable across the recursive calls, that's why we define timestamp as 0. Now we are going to define our function of DFS u and depth sum. For that we are going to do with this visited u, visited of u we defined as true. If visited u, then we define true. If we visited path of u, then we defined is true again. And if we have time of u, we defined as time stamp of 0. Now timestamp of 0 will be incremented by 1, and v will be our edge of u, right? If our v means vertex is not equal to 1, sorry, -1, if that's the case, if we didn't visit our vertex, then we call our DFS so that it can visit, and our depth sum with the addition of u. Sorry for that. And in the elif case, the path of v exists, then the cycle sum will be 0 at initial. And now we iterate through the range for I in range of our cells, iterate in the cells, and we check if path of I and time of I is greater than equal to the time of v. If that's the case, then cycle sum will be incremented by I, right? We are going to use this function, non-local max sum, right? And now the max sum will be maximum of our obviously max sum and cycle sum Now the path of u we defined as false. Now for I in range, in our cells, if not visited, still for the edge case, if then we call our DFS I comma 0, and we will return the max sum. Let's see, we didn't write the full variable here. Okay, let's compile the code, and you can see we are getting case compiled here. Let's submit that and hope that work for all the cases. And we passed all the cases, 125 cases. And as you can see, the code is pretty large and hard to get understanding, but I'm going to tell you my approach here. We use DFS for detecting of cycle, then we keep track of visited I, where we mark whether node I was ever visited. Then we keep track of path of I, where we mark whether node I is in the current recursion path, and the time defines as timestamp or depth index when a node was first seen, and the index sum defined, and we keep a track of index sum also to compute total sum of detected cycle. So if you detect a cycle, compute its sum from time it was first visited. Then we return the maximum cycle or -1 if no cycle is found. So that is my approach here. And if you get any doubt or any type of suggestion for my code, you can tell me in my comment. I will reply. And if you like my video, you can subscribe my channel, like, share and comment. Also you can visit my channel for many playlists I have made for mostly in Goldman Sachs and Amazon. Also I'm going to make more playlist, so you keep binging if you like my videos, and subscribe my channel for more updates, and I will keep pushing. So thank you.